These are all kit bashed and painted figures. So we went into this a little bit in the Toxic Crusaders episode. I take vintage action figures and I will kit bash them, mainly like kind of Playmates, Ninja Turtles, Toxic Crusaders, something like that. So if you're a keen TMNT collector, you can see kind of certain parts that I've kit bashed together. So he actually has Toxie legs, Toxic Crusaders legs, and then he has the body of the movie. God, what is his name? It's like Toka Razor, yeah. A Razor's body, so you can tell with those weird shoulder pads. And then he has these those troll fighter figures. These are his legs. And then so what I actually try to do with all these, you know, I see a lot of people do customs, and you can do it however you want. This is just my personal way of doing it. I like to do it where you can actually like move all the parts. So he's like still like a full functioning action figure. You know, you can move all the parts, and you know, and sometimes I'll add articulation and stuff. This head is actually a Jason Voorhees head from the McFarlane line. And what I did was I just added some Sculpey. There's going to be a lot of talk about the product Sculpey today. I added some Sculpey on there, added some hair, gave him this weird little like mask and stuff, and then he has like this bulging eye out there. I actually didn't even say this guy's name. His name is Roadkill. He's got like a bunch of tire treads all over him and stuff. This is kind of like, this was like, you know, my ideal kind of like wasteland, you know, post-apocalyptic looking guy. Very inspired by Mad Max 2. The guy with the weird mohawk and the crossbow bolt on his arm. So yeah, definitely inspired by Mad Max and stuff. As for accessories, he's got a modified bonehead from Toxic Crusaders. You guys saw that weapon last week. It's like a glow-in-the-dark kind of rifle. And then a bone knife, another glow-in-the-dark accessory. So yeah, so that's just the first one. And then we'll get to this guy. This is actually one of the first ones I made. This one is Cyborg Krampus. So I'm sure everyone is aware of the Krampus lore now. That the movie came out, and for some reason he's become very popular recently. I was making Cyborg Krampuses before he was cool. No, this is a stupid thing to say. So I just this guy is actually very interesting. So on this body here, just the torso is actually a Sofubi. It's actually a vinyl toy, and it was of a Bigfoot. And so what I did was I disconnected his waist, and I added it's like a bull dude from Ninja Turtles, and then I kit bashed a bunch of parts. You can see Metalhead's backpack here, and then I added like a crystal, and then I gave him different arms. And again, I made sure that you could actually, these guys are still fully articulated, even though that I've like kit bashed and glued different pieces in place. So yeah, no waist articulation. He has 4 points of articulation. He's got the legs and the arms here, and then, you know, of course I go over and paint all this stuff. With him, with Roadkill, it was mostly like washes and stuff. But with him, with Cyborg Krampus here, he is all pretty much airbrushed, and then with monster color paint, and then I go over with a nice clear coat to give it that shiny look. And then I kind of like dirtied them up with some dry rub or dry brushing after that. And then our last friend here is a brand new one. I just finished him, and this is again, I really like the Ninja Turtle figures as a base, and then I kind of just go from there. This one heavily inspired by like a Fallout type of vibe. He's got his big ass knife, sword, machete, whatever you want to call it, and then he's got a minigun here, and I kind of made it so you could like plug his minigun, of course, and so it just falls right off his. I made it so you could like plug it into his arm and stuff. Yeah, just a minigun accessory. It actually spins, which is pretty cool. This is from Marvel Legends War Machine, in case anyone's wondering. So this was actually the robot Bebop figure. And what I did, not too much kit bashing on this one, just because I really like the vac metal chrome kind of look. So I just did a lot of wash on this. Used washes and paints and stuff. We'll see a lot of washes and stuff today on today's episode. And then I pretty much just, you know, a little bit of kit bashing on the shoulder here. Another kind of, I think this is from Marvel Universe Hulk, King Hulk figure, Planet Hulk figure. So I put it on there. And then the helmet, you might recognize from last week's episode, Psycho's helmet from the Toxic Crusaders line. I had another one, so I really like that helmet. It looks really, really cool. And again, so you just kind of like wanted it to look like one of those suits, one of the like the exo mech suit things from Fallout. So yeah, this guy's name is Slughead. I thought that, you know, like slugs, like metal slug, or like a gun slug, you know. So I thought that was kind of a cool name, a Slughead. Not like the animal, but yeah, so these are just, you know, some little weird customs I like to do. I really like kit bashing. I really like to just, like, it's like very free form for me. It's very cathartic, very therapeutic almost, to just kind of take, you know, I have giant boxes at home just full of fodder, you know, just full of parts and stuff that I'm not actually really sure what to do with all the time. So it's great. That is great for that stuff. So you have like this, like him. Roadkill was like a personal challenge to me. I was like, what can I do with like nothing? What can I do with, like, from complete scraps? You know. So I just dug through the box, found all of everything that's on him, and I just was like, yeah, I'll put them together and then I'll paint him afterwards. And so that's kind of just how he turned out. So I'd be interested to see other kit bashers and stuff. Like, let me know what you guys think of these guys, and then, you know, if you know, even if you want to forward me your own kit bashing figures and stuff on Instagram at Videovomit, absolutely do that. I'd love to see that kind of stuff. All right, so we're gonna move on from the Wasteland Weirdos.